Hello everyone, welcome back to some more bridge. I've been going through the Bridge Master puzzles again off camera, since I already have done most of them on camera, just to you know let my mind go through something comfortable and normal and get some practice in. And I thought I would do a bridge video. So this is today's day-long tournament for November 7th. Today, I mean, there's zillions of day-long tournaments. It's today's free one it's an eight board match point event. So let's get started. Partners opened a club, two hearts on the right. We have an easy two spades here, showing at least five spades and not quite a game force. I have a game force, but two spades doesn't quite show one. It's almost game forcing. Four hearts. I think we can just double this and if partner wants to pass, great. If partner wants to bid, great. I'm certainly not going to defend four hearts undoubled. He bids four spades. Fine. Yeah? I mean, ugh. This could make. Kind of seems unlikely, though. Like, obviously I have 100 club tricks, but it's going to be difficult to get to them. My one, good news is that West probably has the ace of diamonds. So the king of diamonds could be a late entry, but, spades might be 4-1. I won't be able to use a late entry. I won't easily use the king of spades as a late entry to dummy. If spades are 4-1, or even if they're 3-2 and they continue with a heart, forcing me to ruff. I don't know, maybe it goes diamond to the ace ruff or something like that. That's also a problem. Huh. I see. They're using up my entry to dummy early. Okay. Sure. Well, I'm not happy about this. But I'm gonna hope that clubs and spades are both 3-2, I guess. I could ruff a heart here, but I think that's just two small beans, right? I'm getting one heart trick, but I'm losing the potential of 100 club tricks. If I do that, it's because I'm worried that spades are 4-1, basically, right? And that I won't get access to all the clubs. But if spades are 4-1, I'm just in bad shape regardless. Now, it is a match point event. You should expect a lot of pairs to be in four spades, and they'll be having all the same problems you do, and so, going down less is certainly a consideration. But not everyone will be here, and so, making it is important. And I think roughing a heart now is basically giving up. So I think we play the queen of spades. Okay. That might not be the end of the world. It's not good. But if West has four clubs as well, maybe we get somewhere? No. Only two clubs. That's quite bad. All right, down two. Would it have worked better to... I could have made one more trick if I had ruffed that heart. Ruff a heart, cross in clubs, unblock the club, cross in spades, club pitching a diamond while West ruffs. That probably... I think that's one more trick. Down just one. The defense did well here to remove the king of diamonds as a potential entry early. Right? When he switches to a low diamond, I suspect, well, okay. Given West's holding, maybe it is not that hard to play small. But I can certainly imagine some people would get scared and play the ace here. I don't know. They probably shouldn't. It would with ace jack 10, it's pretty easy to find the right play. But if West had just like ace 10 fourth or something, you could imagine you might want to go up with the ace and give partner a ruff or something like that. And then the king of diamonds. I guess still, okay. I'd still have to use the king of diamonds early, so I guess it wouldn't matter. It's east shift to a diamond that really mattered, which seems pretty natural. All right, well, 37%. Too bad. 14 points here. Just bid a heart. I think you could maybe, like, I don't know. There's probably one weirdo out there who opens one no trump with this. It's not completely unthinkable, but I don't want to do it. I also don't want to bid any more over 2 hearts. We're plenty high if that's all partner can do. You know, we have 4 top losers in the minors. Spades, who can say? I mean, I should be making 2. Well, okay, well, if they had continued with like 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, and then a trump promotion in clubs, maybe I could go down in 2. But the spade switch is very favorable to me. The 9 is probably over here, right? Unless West has switched to 10x, which is possible. But either way, like, don't I kind of want to ruff some spades? I guess the issue is I don't have hand re-entries outside of hearts. So, well, hearts and spades, of course. So I can't ever really ruff 2 spades. Which means the last spade is a loser anyway. So I might as well try finessing against East's 9? That isn't quite true, because if West is short, and I play, like, heart to the king, spade to the 8, losing, then I try to ruff the 3 of spades later, West may be able to ruff in with the 9 in front of dummy 7 and get a trick that way. And then they may even be able to cross in clubs and do it again. It would be horrible. So I think I should pocket the jack of spades while I can. And try for 1 ruff. Weirdly, like, what if West has only 1 spade? Then catching the jack would be a problem, right? It seems unlikely. That would give East king 9 6 of spades and presumably something in clubs. And you would think you would open 2 spades or 1 spade with that. So I don't think West has a spade singleton. If he did, though, it might be an interesting play to lose a spade instead of cashing the jack. And then when I ruff 1, I'll still have the jack in hand as a winner later. But I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll cash the jack, because I don't think West is ruffing. Okay, so now we know West does not have... I mean, okay, yeah, maybe this was a bad idea, because I don't even know how high to ruff here. I'll try the 7. Hope spades are 4-3. They're not. Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm losing a spade, and I was kind of going to lose that spade anyway, right? I can't really ruff this high. God, am I going to go down when I had just no risk, really? Like, I could have just made my contract? 5 hearts, 2 spades, and a club, for example. Well, my entries were a little weird for that. Maybe it wouldn't have worked. So if I ruff this high... If I rough it low, I'd probably get overruffed and go down. At least one, maybe more, if they get another trump promotion in spades. If I pitch a spade, West probably gets to rough, although I'm not sure. And then I'm also down. If I rough high, I can cross the king of hearts, cash a diamond, hopefully it lives. And then as long as the remaining 4 hearts aren't all in one hand, which seems unlikely, yeah, I think I have to rough this high. Okay. So as long as nobody roughs this diamond, which I don't expect they will, we can get back to hand and draw trump. I'm sure, though, there was a way to take one more trick here, surely. Well, actually, is there? Like, I could have roughed the spade high instead of low, obviously. Then I wouldn't get over-roughed. But that would still be like 2 spades, 5 hearts, and a spade rough. 8 tricks, which is what I got. I couldn't do that and also enjoy a diamond trick. So I don't know. I think like that didn't end up costing anything. And we got a 55, which is fine. A normal result. Yeah, 1 heart, 2 hearts pass, and then it's hard to see how you might take more tricks. There's probably something. Yeah, there is. More detail. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do was accuracy. Yeah. West dropped a trick, and then I dropped a trick in return. Yeah, it says you can cash that if you want. Now, it just seems like draw trump and attack the minors? Why is that going to work, though? 5, 6, 7. How do I actually get more tricks? I guess the issue is when West wins a diamond, he can't play spades because I could just rough with the king and that's fine. I mean, I guess he could play spades, but it's not productive. And if he doesn't do it, then I can just play minors losing to East, who has no more spades. And East will have to eventually put me on dummy to enjoy these 2 queens or something like that, right? So is that the idea? Yeah, you have to preserve dummy's trumps so that they can't like draw the last trump and you can rough the spade with the king. But now you go back to minors, let's say win. And a low spade, which we have to rough high. I don't know. A diamond looks pretty useless. Now we can actually just cash the diamond. Oh, okay. It's simpler than I was saying. Right. West, when you do get to dummy with the king of spades, the queen of diamonds will be a winner. So you don't have to end play East at all. You just have to get that spade rough after you set up the queen of diamonds. I see. That's interesting. That would have been a good line, I think. Not only does it work, it's better than what I did. This is a pretty meh 12 count. I don't think anyone could really fault you for passing this. I'm sure lots of people would say it's insane. And I think the like middle of the road normal thing to do is open this, but it's so bad. I certainly wouldn't blame you for passing. But, like, you don't have any rebid problems. You don't mind suggesting a club lead. You do have some points. Although, given that we're in a rigged system where we know partner won't have 13 or more points, there's a lot more advantage to passing. If we get to any game, it's going to be pretty thin. Yeah, let's just stay out of this and see what happens. East has opened. Okay. I think we can double here. Showing, you know, a maximum pass and at least some support for the other suits. Now, I see that by declining to open... Why is it describing all these bids as takeout double? Hello? Only this one's a takeout double. By not opening clubs, I've convinced the opponents to play clubs, which is fine. Ah, it's back. I can click on things. Anyway, yeah, they both love clubs. So here we are. I guess you lead a diamond here. So two-gapper situations like this where there's a gap of 2 between the king and the 10. You have the queen and the jack. They're among the most dangerous holdings to lead from. When you have the 9 to support it, it's not as bad, but there's just a lot of things Declare can have where leading a 2-gap suit gives something away. It can work out nicely if partner has the queen, but other than that, it can cost. Even if partner has the ace, you might be giving something away. If partner has the jack, it's probably not very good either. So, whereas the diamond, I mean, okay, rarely will it gain, but it usually doesn't give anything away. And with the opponents kind of, you know, showing minimal values for their 3 clubs, I think we want to make a passive lead. You could consider a trump, but I'm hopeful the queen is worth a trick. They'll probably get the trump right, actually. Maybe I should lead a club. Well, my double suggests shortness in clubs, although it suggests strength, but if I'm less likely to have long clubs, maybe they'll finesse partner for the queen? Yeah, I'll try a diamond. Oh! It paid off in more ways than one. Partner has the ace-king, and the queen was played from dummy. And, well, I don't know. The queen of clubs would have been fine, it turns out. Partner, your hand is massive. I mean, I guess we knew that, right? Dummy has 11, I have 12, 23. East has at most 12. But that would be 35. That would give partner only 5. And we're seeing that partner apparently has 10? The ace, king of diamonds, and the king of spades? I actually think Declare has the ace of diamonds and decided to duck for some reason. That's a wild one. Or he opened a really awful hand. Like, I just don't think a robot would do that, especially in 4th seed. I think Declare decided not to win the ace of diamonds. I don't know why. I'm sure it was fine double dummy, but it is a surprise. Look at partner. What a player, finding the right switch every time. Hopefully the jack of diamonds protected ends up being an actual winner. I hope Declare doesn't have enough pitches on the hearts. Declare went for the finesse and it was right. Ace X. Huh. Okay. Well, we got our 4 tricks. Yeah, I mean, a club lead probably would have worked better. Maybe? Also, I'm not so sure partner's heart switch worked out. That's probably fine. But given the declarer... Oh, what the hell? No. Don't... What did I do? Hand diagrams, please. Given... Declarer is always going to be able to finesse the clubs anyway, and so just leading the suit is probably helpful. Yeah. It says I gave away an over trick, which Declarer ended up not scoring because he guessed diamonds wrong. Yeah, that's certainly true. If Declarer had put in the 10 instead of the queen, the diamond lead would have been a disaster. But a club lead, yeah, okay. I think that would have... I still think a diamond lead was fine, and the club lead is also probably fine. On the actual layout, the club lead would have made things a little harder for Declarer. This is 14 points. 4 spades. No real reason to pass this one out. Sure, I like spades. And we get to play a nice low one-level contract. Giving away the club position early. $10 points in dummy. I have 14. That's 24. The opponents have between them 16, and neither one of them opened. But West overcalled a heart. So we can tell each player has at least like a king, because otherwise their partner would have opened. But that's not super constraining. West's lead suggests, although does not guarantee, that he doesn't have the ace-king of hearts. Because ace-king is a pretty safe lead. People like to make it pretty often, and I think the robots would too. So usually when somebody leads some suit, like if someone doesn't lead an ace or king, you can reasonably guess they don't have the ace and king of the same suit. Or of any suit, rather. It's not always true, but it's a reasonable supposition. So that means East has one of the top 2 hard honors. West is short in clubs, looking for a ruff. Probably not short in diamonds, because of course that would be 2 suits to be short in, which is asking a lot. I mean, the only real question here is whether we take the spade finesse, or which spade finesse even to take. Because it's a little concerning that, let's say we lead the jack of spades. The finesse loses, West wins it, and they play a heart to their partner's ace, and East leads a club for West to ruff, right? And then West switches to a low diamond, and now it's like, geez, can I afford to play low here? Or, risking that East gets in again for another club ruff? If you don't take the spade finesse, situations like that are going to be less of a problem. If you just play ace of spades, spade to the jack or something. I think I want to play ace of spades, spade to the jack. Yeah, I think West probably has the king. Seeing the 10 is interesting. Maybe I should have gone back and put in the queen after that happened, but I don't think so. King 10 tight. What? Could have... Oh, West has a doubleton, not a singleton. Okay. Could have gotten the spades right. East had the king and 10. Well, I should be losing to the field now. East had the ace and... No, East crossed to West ace of hearts. Yeah. Well, I mean, no real shot that we're dodging the diamond loser here. I guess I could have led low to the queen, but obviously it's not going to work. Yeah, I think the field is making 4 here. Let me see it. 30? 25? 42. Okay, that's a relief. 16 points. We have an easy 1 heart. I was planning to bid spades over 1 no trump, showing extra strength. Partner's 2 hearts is pretty exciting. I think we can just punt 4 here. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Yeah. I don't think we can possibly go down here. Well, I guess it's not impossible. We could easily lose 3 tricks in the minors, and we could still lose a spade trick. If I guess wrong. Like, if they don't play the queen on this trick, I still have a bit of a guess. Actually, East has queen 4th. No, I can, as long as I guess it, I can still get it. The 6. Okay. So if this is 4th best, then there are 5 cards higher than the 6 outside of West's hand. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's consistent with West leading 4th best. Is that East couldn't even beat the 6. So we can guess that West has queen, 9, 7, 6, and maybe the 2 of spades. Okay. So I want to take the second round spade finesse, I think. Unless, of course, hearts are 2-2, and then I can just rough the 4th round. And then we can kind of futz around in the minors to see if there's some way to avoid losing 2 diamonds. Okay. I need to draw all of these, I think. Well, it's a little weird, isn't it, that East is the one short in hearts? Because he also seems to be short in spades? I could be wrong. Maybe East played low from some other holding. Let's attack clubs first while we still have an entry. And I think you put in the jack here. I don't have a compelling reason to do either. I guess there is sort of a danger hand argument here. Right, the king and the jack, both of them I could be guessing wrong. And either guess could be right. I think the jack is maybe a little more likely to be right, but either could be right and either could be wrong. If I'm right after playing the king, I definitely have earned a trick because I don't have to lose a club anymore. But if I'm right after playing the jack, it might not even help, right? Because it could go jack to the ace, and then East comes back with a diamond through the king. Great, I've got a club pitch, but nothing to pitch on it. So I think for that reason, I mean, I don't know. It's not at all unlikely East has both the ace and queen, in which case my choice doesn't matter. But if he has only one, I think the king is more likely to, like, I still think if West has one honor, it's a little bit more likely to be the queen than the ace. No good reason, but that's what I think. However, half of the time that he has the queen, there's nothing I can do. So I should discount that possibility and focus mostly on the ace, where low to the king actually accomplishes something. I say half the time because it depends on the location of the ace of diamonds. Alright, it goes ace. Not a surprise. Spade back is very welcome, though. Oh, it was West who had the singleton, and East didn't cover. Okay. Well, the good news is I was going to get that suit right, because when I led low towards the dummy with the intention of playing the 10, West would have shown out, and I would have changed my mind. Okay. So now this is quite interesting. Obviously, the play in the spades is not interesting. We just play low. But I've been given another choice here. Right? I could play a diamond to the king, hoping East has the ace. Or I could run the jack of clubs, hoping East has the queen. And then when he covers, I'll ruff, cross the dummy, and pitch all my diamonds on the clubs, since the 9's already gone. Against good defenders, you shouldn't assume they're giving you an opportunity you didn't have, right? And if the diamond finesse were failing, if West had the ace, East should be switching to a diamond here, right? Like, if the defense knows my hand exactly, which is a reasonable guess with six cards already played, right? Then they shouldn't be making plays that cost them a trick double dummy. And if East has the queen of clubs, or West has the ace of diamonds, East has made a mistake, right? By giving me the chance to lose 0 diamonds instead of 1 or 2. And I don't think they would make that mistake in this position. Like, I haven't drawn enough trumps. So a human would say, okay, he drew 3 rounds of trump. I don't need to give partner a ruff. West is either out or has only a winner left. The robot doesn't think that way. He might think, oh, Declare forgot to draw the last trump. Great, let's try to give partner a ruff. Like, that's one possibility he might have thought was coming with this spade lead. Whereas a human would not believe that that's a possibility for a second. What am I looking at this for? I meant to look at this. East has 5 spades to the queen and the ace of clubs, at least, and a singleton heart. I can't help but feel that if East had the ace of diamonds, we might have seen an overcall. So I think West does have the ace of diamonds, and East has made an error because he's a robot and isn't thinking about whether my play was a mistake. I think I'm going to try a club, even though I think against a human, a good human defender, this would be a bad play. There's the queen. Okay, so it didn't matter. West had both of the interesting cards. Ah! No, undo. I didn't mean to leave the king. I misclicked. Okay, I was styling on them. This was on purpose, because the clubs are winners. Don't tell anyone I misclicked. I can't blame my mouse anymore, by the way. I got a new mouse. Well, I got an exact duplicate of the old mouse, but new. Because I like this mouse model. This was just me, like, clicking at the wrong time. So, do I think this is an okay result? I guess. I mean, everyone should be doing about the same. Some people might not punt for, but partner's accepting a game invite, right? Yeah, so it's just a normal middle-of-the-road result. This is 13 points balanced. We'll bid a club. And we'll raise spades. Okay. Partner has a max. Great. So we have 4 spade tricks, and 2 diamonds is 6. A heart is 7. We need to find 3 more. We can probably ruff a heart. Almost certainly, in fact, because I can afford to ruff high. Even if spades are breaking badly or hearts are breaking badly, I can ruff a heart. I can also try a heart finesse. So we're like 8 tricks with the heart ruff. Heart finesse would be 9. And in clubs, low towards the queen and then low towards the jack usually produces a trick. Because it's uncommon. Like most of the time, it works anytime East has the ace or king. Only if West has both does it fail, which is only a quarter of the time. So the problem is you kind of have to draw trump before doing that, because otherwise they might go like ace clubs, king of clubs, ruff a club, ruff your club winner. And doing that kind of takes away some of the entries I need, because I can't really afford to take the heart finesse before I'm done with clubs. Because the defense... Like, if the heart finesse loses, I need one more trick. Just setting up a single club trick isn't enough. I need, like, clubs 3-3. And if the defense attacks diamonds, most of the time they can get a trick there. Right? So I'm hoping to pitch a diamond on the 4th round of clubs if the heart finesse doesn't work. Or even if it does work, because then that's an over trick. But if I take the heart finesse and it loses, I don't have enough time to set up clubs before they set up a diamond, and so the 3rd round of clubs won't be worth anything. And so I won't have enough dummy entries. Well, hand entries, I guess. North is the declare. I won't have enough hand entries to attack the clubs enough times without taking the heart finesse if I just draw all the trumps. So maybe I just draw 2 trumps to leave myself 1 extra entry. There's still the risk that they get to ruff my 3rd club with their 3rd spade, but it's lower. I think I should do that. So win the 2nd spade in dummy. Bad news. Okay. Maybe the 2 of hearts is discouraging hearts. That would be nice. I don't really trust the robot's defensive signals, though. Yeah, cutting me off of spades. I did say I could definitely ruff a heart, but not the way I've done this with hearts with spades 4-1. Okay, that's good. The clubs are coming in. Problem is, West is ruffing? No. Okay. So we're still in with a chance here, right? 4... I could have a 5th spade would be 5. Or 5th trick in spades 5. Heart is 6. 2 diamonds is 8, and a club is 9. So I need either the heart finesse or a heart ruff. And East is out of spades. He can't deny me this. If I lead a heart to the queen, even if the finesse loses, they can't draw my trump. So I can play ace of hearts, heart ruff. Now, the heart ruff is not necessarily so productive at that point, because it would leave me unable to finish drawing trump, and West would get to ruff my club. So maybe I just play a heart to the queen and draw trump? If the queen wins, that makes the contract. So what happens, though, if I play low to the 10? If West has the king and jack, I'm very happy. But what if East has one of those 2 honors? Is, like, low to the 10 forcing the king. Then I could take the rest of the tricks. I'd be making 3. Low to the 10 jack? Then I'd have to take another finesse. But I think I can just take all those finesses. If East has both hard honors, I don't think there's much I can do. So let's just play West for both and see how that goes. King. Okay, good. So now, draw the last trump. Heart pitching a diamond. And dummies up. Whew. The 4-1 spade split made that a challenge. And I think I might have been wrong to draw even 2 rounds of trump. But I suspect the field is going down on this one. There's a lot you could get wrong. This is 15 balanced. You could open 1 no or 1 spade. Spades are so good that, yeah, we got a big jump there. Indeed, 75. The least average board of the day so far, right? Everything's been pretty close to average. Even the 37 was only like 13 away. This is 25 away. But it's been a pretty flat session, all things considered. Anyway, I think, like, you could open this 1 no if you believe, like, no trump is important, and I do. But 1 spade already preempts hearts, the most important suit to preempt. If you switch the majors, 1 no would be a lot more appealing because it preempts the spades. But here, they're both fine. And 1 spade helps partner like find a spade lead if we end up on defense. And it shouldn't be too hard to bid the hand correctly. Like a 2 club rebid after 1 no is fine and not much of a distortion at all. I don't really like this double. I guess you bid 2 spades. It's a little sad. Like partner will think you have 6 most of the time. But I'm not going to bid 2 no. Or any of the other suits. So hopefully partner will give me a break here. I think we passed 3 clubs, right? Well, it is. Yeah, we probably do. You really just play this as 4+? I don't believe you. That's not what this bid means. So, negative doubles. Let's talk about negative doubles for a minute. A spade, 2 diamonds, double. What does this show? Beginners are often taught that it shows 4 hearts exactly and some points, and that's how Gibb describes this bid. This is not a very good meaning, and it's not how experts play this bid. Often, you will have 4 hearts, and you are unlikely to have 5, but it's sort of like double includes all the hands where bidding 2 hearts immediately would be wrong. Because you're too weak, or something, or you don't have enough hearts. So not enough hearts is the most common reason, because you only have 4, not 5. But also it could just be, well, you're not really strong enough to bid 2 hearts. So if you double and then bid, like, so a single suited hand not strong enough to bid that suit is another possible meaning that double could have. And when you follow up with 3 clubs, that really ought to cancel the 4 hearts meaning and say, look, I had 2 places to play. Maybe one of them was hearts. Maybe not. I mean, it sort of looks like it because, like, what else could... I don't know. So, I don't know. Partner is likely to have 4 hearts still, but what they really ought to have is 6 clubs. Because you're introducing this new suit at the 3 level in a way that says, well, I don't think we have game, partner. Like, you can't do that. It's just not safe to do if you only have 4. If you have this hand with, like, 4 clubs and 4 hearts and a minimum, and you don't like spades, you just pass 2 spades. You don't bid 3 clubs here. So, I don't know. I don't know Gibb well enough to know if it's lying about its description of this bid, and it actually does guarantee 6, or if, like... Am I really... there's no way I can bid anything here. I just hope partner hasn't made a stupid bid with a 4-4 medium hand. Yeah, he has. I mean, what are you supposed to do, man? Just pass 2 spades. That's not going to be much better, but at least it's a level lower. Okay. This is the way a beginner bids. This is not... I don't know. Do you play equal level correction or something? That doesn't apply here. I don't know. This is just atrocious. It's not a bad contract. I wasn't paying attention. I guess East must have led high-low, and like because we know West has 5 of these diamonds, so I'll just play the 8. I wasn't paying attention to them at all. I don't think there's any reason to overruff here. I have plenty of losers to pitch. I'd like to save my trumps for tricks in which all 4 players are playing the suit. The question is, are my spades more like losers or my hearts? I don't expect I'll get to score a long spade, right? But I might be able to rough it, and that could be just as good. Whereas the low heart, I mean, what is it even doing? Nothing? Let's pitch that. So West had ace-king of diamonds, I think, and I had queen X. Yeah. I don't remember what happened to the 10, but the 10 or the 9 must have been played at some point, which is why the 8 was big enough. So low to the jack of hearts is tempting. But the club finesse is going to lose if I take it, so I guess there's that. Because if East had the king and jack of clubs, he would have roughed the king, not the jack. I think. Generally speaking, when you're making an uppercut, you should do it as high as possible. So West has the king of clubs and the ace-king of diamonds. And nothing in spades. It's 10 points. I mean, that's already enough to justify an overcall in Gibbs' mind. I wouldn't do it with ace-king fifth and just a side ace, or side king, but it's not unusual. So either player really could have the queen of hearts. What do I think West's shape is? 5 diamonds exactly. In spades, I can't really tell. 2 or 3 probably. Making the overcall pretty bad if you have 3. So let's say 2 is a little more likely because then the overcall is less bad. So 2x, 5x. 3-3? I hope so. East led a diamond. That doesn't really tell me much. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to take the heart finesse. Okay, well, I needn't have thought that hard about it, I guess. I'm going to just play the ace of clubs. The defense has 3 clubs remaining. I think West has the king and perhaps the 10. So let's cash the king of spades. If I wanted to, at this point, I could cash out for down 2. Not an especially good play. But I could just, like, cash all of these and say you guys can have all 3 of your trump. What I could do that would be a little riskier, but could pay off, is I could lead the queen of clubs. If East's clubs originally were jack, 10x, he's roughed with the jack, followed low, and we pin the 10. And then the 9 beats West's 8. Or I don't know if the 8... I think the 8's still out there. I haven't been paying that much attention. Some spot, anyway. That will work out badly if actually West started with more Well, with a doubleton club. I don't know what to make of West playing the Queen of Hearts voluntarily. I think it's just a robot quirk. He was like, well, the finesse was always there. No harm playing the Queen. I don't think it's like a strong signal that he has a singleton like it would be for a human. East didn't really have much of a chance to bid, so we can't conclude that he doesn't have a bunch of hearts or something. Even if he did, they'd all be small, so he wouldn't really be overcalling. East hasn't shown up with much of anything, actually. Maybe I should play him for the King of Clubs. Change my mind on that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Heart to the King. Well, it really was a singleton. Okay, well, leading the Queen wasn't going to work either. Spade? Yeah, good play. Although, not good enough, right? Because I can rough this in dummy. Jack of diamonds, which he has to follow. Ruff a heart, high. Ruff a spade, high. No, it's the 10, I forgot. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I could do there. There might have been earlier, but at that point, I don't think there was. Oops, wrong button there. Yeah, I'm sure I dropped some tricks. 1. That's not too bad. Which was... I wonder... Yeah, it says pitch a heart. Good. Oh, I imagine it was when I let West ruff a heart, right? It says cash the diamond. That's a shocker. East roughs that, though. I get a really small over rough. I see. It's kind of like eloping in a way. Yeah, that does seem like what's happening. Now, oh, of course. Now I'll get to rough at some point with my ace and lead a spade to promote the 9, kind of. Let's say a diamond. Yeah, you rough the heart high. Nope, you just pitch. Oh, and playing West. I see. That's tricky to find all of that. This is partner's fault, though. It's an awful bid. I don't know, maybe it's my fault for not opening 1 no trump. I don't think we're getting to a very good contract there either. I guess we'd play 2 no. Partner would invite game, and I'd say no. We get 3 hearts. I mean, it doesn't look like 2 no's are doing very well either. Wow, I have quite a hand for this auction. I guess I'm doubling. Partner bids 4 spades. I'm tempted to bid more. My hand is so good. Like, yeah, it's only 15, but come on, look at it. Partner's under some pressure to bid here, but both majors were available to him, so he probably has at least 4 of one of them. And he could have a decent hand. Like, these guys are not showing a lot of strength. We could be missing a slam. It's greedy. Oh my god, he thinks that shows 29? This shows 31? Okay, fine. If I bid here, he's going to go to slam no matter what his hand is, so I guess I'll just pass. Yeah, I mean, slam is not all that good. I have 2 spades to lose, and probably a club, unless a miracle occurs. I think... I think there's no danger in just playing hearts here. Right, we're clearly not touching spades, we're catching the other tricks, but what order we do it in sort of matters. There are some very small outside chances that, like, East's shape is very favorable to us. Although, I guess given that we know East has 5 diamonds, none of those shapes are going to pay out. Okay, no. So let's play hearts to get a count on that suit before I attack clubs. Because it is possible for the clubs to work out. Didn't West pitch a club on the second spade, by the way? Weirdly? You would think a diamond, but I think it was actually a club. So East's shape we now know precisely. Assuming West only has 6 for his 2-level bid. They usually bid 7 with more. East has 4 spades, 3 hearts, 5 diamonds, and 1 club. So if that club is the queen or jack, we can play a club to the ace and finesse West for the other one. Okay. And I still think there's no harm in playing a heart first. Okay. I'll take the finesse, but they had actually pitched it down to just 1, so I didn't have to. Yeah. That's why it's worth attacking the hearts first. You find out East's shape and how to play the clubs, right? If all you knew was West had opened 2 diamonds, you would say, well, if anyone has a stiff, it's West. I'll play king and then load the 10. But thinking about all of the suits, not just diamonds, like, West has 6 and East has 5. That's not a big disparity. So the clubs are about evenly likely to be distributed. Whereas in both hearts and spades, East has more by a total of 4, right? So we can count East's hand down perfectly to just a singleton club. So the only line is ace and then 10, not king and then low. Okay, and we got 88 on that one. Okay, I mean, a pretty middle-of-the-road performance. A couple good boards. The rest just, barely above average, and when I made a mistake, I got noticeably below average, but not hugely so. So, pretty merit-based, I think. I didn't make many genius plays. My errors were punished. My decent middle-of-the-road plays got decent middle-of-the-road results. And I did a couple things right and got rewarded for those as well. Okay, cool. Wonder what the field is doing on this. Maybe they're in 6 spades because they bid again? Or maybe they're not getting the clubs right. Who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.